Welcome back into Occupy Democrats, and we're all very aware in this breaking story that Donald Trump is an incredibly weak, insecure, wannabe dictator. But the question, 1 year into his second term, is how low will he actually go? Setting aside the destruction of the emoluments clause and making all the money he's doing with his family off of being president, put that aside for a moment and let's realize he went after Mark Kelly for treason over Mark Kelly saying don't follow unlawful orders. But exactly how petty can Trump be when it comes to his wife and never wanting to look like a failure? Well, it gets pretty damn funny and pretty disgusting in this breaking story, so you don't want to miss it. I'm going to show it to you in a few moments. But let's take a quick listen about a little review thing that just happened on the Melania doc. This.
You're not going to believe this. The Rotten Tomatoes score for Melania's movie just came out. It wasn't good. She got a 7%. And these were the reviews. I'd rather rewatch January 6th. Don't waste your money.
And then, of course, there's tough guy Pete Hegseth, Department of War, talking to the generals here.
Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O.
And then there's General Milley to remind us who we really are when we're talking about the truth of the U.S. military.
We don't take an oath to a king, or to a tyrant, or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Oh, but Pete will not stop. He keeps going.
Leaders set the standard, and we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
The Rotten Tomatoes score for Melania's movie just came out. She got a 7%.
And then listen to what he says right here regarding Trump's military and the orders that are being given. This.
President Trump has given another set of lawful orders.
But how low can Trump go?
And they will be followed. If they're not followed,
oh, and it doesn't stop with Pete.
Then those officers will find the door.
And let's finally be reminded how he wants to talk about how tough the Department of War and the leaders need to be.
They will be crushed by the violence of the War Department.
Remember, Milley reminds us.
We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
And Rotten Tomatoes reminds us of the truth about Melania.
And these were the reviews. I'd rather rewatch January 6th. Don't waste your money.
Under President Trump, we're going to focus on war fighting and lethality and accountability.
Yeah, right, Pete. That's what you're going to focus on? Are you sure? Because in this breaking story, holy smokes, what is the military being asked and told to do to focus on? That's right. Coerce military members to go see the Melania documentary. How low can you get? Check this breaking story out. Massive breaking news. Religious Freedom Group says U.S. military members were pressured by commanders to see Melania. Bullet points headlines. The Military Religious Freedom Foundation says members of the U.S. military felt pressured to see Melania, the documentary. The MRFF says it received such reports from service members at 8 bases. In an email seen by BI, an active duty member said their unit commander advised them to see the movie. It was the story of the weekend. Melania, Amazon's documentary on First Lady Melania Trump, beat expectations at the box office, becoming one of the best performing documentaries in recent years with an opening weekend gross of $7 million across 1,778 screens. In parentheses, whether it makes back its $75 million investment is another story. Despite dismal critic reviews, the numbers suggest audiences turned out for Melania to support the First Lady. One advocacy group suggests the reality may be more complicated. Mikey Weinstein, the president and founder of the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, said the nonprofit received reports from 8 bases around the world that U.S. military members were being pressured to see Melania. Quote, people are scared, said Weinstein, a former Air Force officer and attorney who said his group is made up of nearly 100,000 current and former members of the U.S. military and represents those who feel pressured or coerced into unconstitutional religious observances. Quote, they were pressured to see the movie. Quote, your military superior, that's not your shift manager at Taco Bell or Starbucks. They have complete and total control over you. In an email Weinstein shared with Business Insider, an active duty enlisted member of the U.S. military said they were writing on behalf of dozens of their unit members and their families who felt, quote, pressured by their unit commander to see the movie. The MRFF did not disclose the name of the person who sent the email. In the email, this person said their commander suggested the unit and their family members join him, his wife, and their children at a showing of Melania at an off-base movie theater. The screening was designated as one of the commander's unit activity events. Morale boosting activities that can range from flag football and barbecues to movie nights, the email said. The military member who sent the email said the unit is required to attend at least 3 of the 4 UAEs that are scheduled each month or face a penalty. Asked if any of the MRFF members who contacted him skipped the movie, Weinstein said, in quotes, "Every one of our clients who came to us either went to see it or suddenly got sick." When reached for comment, a Department of Defense official told Business Insider, in quote, "There is no Department of War directive requiring service members to see this film, though the film is fantastic." I have covered a lot of things, and we all have seen a lot of Donald Trump's pettiness, from the recent video he put out to the AI thing of him dropping defecation on protesters, on, no kings rallies, etc., etc. All along the way, we know that Donald Trump has the emotional maturity of a 7-year-old. But now he's ordering military leaders to order their units to go see a documentary so his wife doesn't have to face the embarrassment of it being a complete failure. That is where this president is in terms of his focus. Wow. You guys like and share the video and stay frosty.